Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, we're back again talking real estate, episode 39. Before we start, you know what we're going to ask you, and do we know what we want to know? So first, where are you tuning in from? Are you up in Osneek, Michigan? Are you coming to us from the corner of the world, New Buffalo, Michigan? Are you down in Monroe? Are you abroad in Laughlin, Nevada? Where are you at? Where are you tuning in from? Talking real estate. Tell us where you're tuning from in the chat. D7 in the house. God dang, D7. D7 all over the place. Shelly Gambino in the house. D7. Look at this. All the kind of D7. Good lordy lordy. You notice I used to think about Dearborn Heights? I used to think they're the heights of Dearborn. It always sounds very fancy. Or I had a shirt and I said, where the hell is Dearborn Heights? It's all said on the shirt. So Dearborn Heights is definitely in the house. We're going to have some Woodhaven. Our good friend Mike McLaughlin, Total Home Lending. He's going to be in the house. We're talking hot topic, the two to one buy down. It's a big hot topic in finance. We're going to talk about condos and the people that love them. All kinds of good, crazy stuff. Good, crazy stuff. So let's get it rolling, ladies and gentlemen. This is episode 139. We're almost to 140. Pat, what's going on? The good neighbor, Pat Neese. Condos and the ones that love them, guys. Condos and the ones that love them. I've been thinking about this for a while. I've been thinking about, for the longest time, let me give you a couple of personal things. I was against condos for myself, right? My family, when I was younger, doing, you should move into a condo. You're never home and all this other stuff. So I was always fighting against it, but I kind of revisit and think about things about condos because there are certain people a condo fits perfectly for. There are certain people that it fits perfectly for. So we're going to get into that today. We always want your feedback. Always, always, always. So the first question in the Talking Real Estate show for today, which we want feedback for, when you hear the word condo, what's the first word that comes to mind? Put it in the chat, please. When you hear the word condo, what's the first word that comes to mind? Let me give you a little spin around on that. Choo! What's the first word that comes to mind when you hear condo? Pat, Steve, Shelly, Chris, Kathy, what do you think? When you hear the word condo, what's the first word that comes to mind? Put it in the chat, please. Put it in the chat, please. What do you think? When you hear the word condo, what's the first word to come to mind? Work free. Shelly says fees. Hard sell. Sam Coleman in the house. God dang. I was just thinking about some old Annapolis grapplers, and Sam Coleman pops up. Neighbors too close? Nope. That's all we get. Look at this. All kinds of good stuff in the chat so far, guys. When you hear the word condo, what's the first thing that comes to mind? Got my good friend Sam Coleman, hard sell. Kathy says nope. Shelly says fees. Pat Neese, the good neighbor, says never. Neighbors too close. All kinds of crazy derogatory things come to mind when you hear the word condo. So if you have not tried it yet, tell me. When you hear the word condo, what is the first thing that comes to mind? What is the first thing that comes to mind when you hear the word condo? Let us know in the chat, please. No grass to cut or snow to shovel. Chris Bergeron's leaning toward condo. I can hear it. I can hear it in your voice, Toots. I can hear it in your voice. I'm telling you. All right. So we will get HOA bull crap. Oh, Caps, too. He's yelling that at us, ladies and gentlemen. Steve Craig's just letting it fly today, letting the bull crap fly. All right. So we'll get into that, guys. That'll be our deep dive for today, is talking about the associated fees that have no limits. No limits, Sammy. No limits at all. Just like your dad on the piano. No limits, my friend. All right. So let's do this. Let's jump into a couple other things, and we will get back to that. That'll be our deep dive. Again, we got Mike McLaughlin on standby. He's probably cooked a masterpiece theater of a meal today. We got all kinds of good stuff from him. But before we do, since October is looming at the end of the week, we've got third annual Pumpkin Challenge. Okay, Wednesday, October 26th show, Pumpkin Challenge. Now, for those of you that don't know, it's pretty simple. All you do is you buy a pumpkin, or if you are in a select group of A+ people for the Bergeron team, we provide you with a pumpkin, and you post it on Facebook that day, that Wednesday, the 26th, and we draw randomly. I think we're going to have 3 or 4 winners, usually $100 gift cards, things like that. It's all kinds of fun. We started it for COVID because we wanted to project a little bit of fun, and it just stuck. So we started it 2 years ago, and it was a lot of fun. I think we had 100-some entries down than I did last year, so we're trying to crank it up. We'd love 200 or 300 entries. So again, the only requirement is you take a picture, Carve a pumpkin, take a picture, and post it on a specific post I put on Facebook. Pretty simple stuff. Pretty simple stuff, but it's a lot of fun. And we draw randomly. If once you enter, you're automatically put in for the drawing, and you draw randomly. So Pumpkin Challenge 2022 is October the 26th. That is a Wednesday. Cannot wait and see what you do. Speaking of Pumpkin Challenge, one of the best entries we ever had, Mortgage Mike, the Mishta Master himself. Mike, you've been in Pumpkin Challenge both years, haven't you?
Yeah, we've competed. I think we've won. I think we won the Meyer gift card one year. That's we bring the heat.
I'm trying to remember what you had a detailed one last year. Was it Star Wars maybe?
I can't remember, but we've done a lot of the detailed ones, so I don't remember.
Yeah, you're a pretty detailed guy. I figured that. Guys, if you're in on Pumpkin Challenge, put I'm in or put Pumpkin Challenge 2022 in the chat for me so we know you're in, because we want to get this thing cranking. We want it to be an intense, amazing thing. Like I said, we started in COVID, Mike, just because we wanted to have a little fun, right?
Yeah. Let me pull the shades down. Maybe I'm getting some too much light from outside here.
Too much light, he says. Bring the light, Michael. Bring the light. You are the light in the darkness, my friend. You are the light in the darkness. So let's start with an easy one, Michael. Do you have something that you made for dinner today? But don't tell us.
It's nothing fancy. So
nothing fancy. All right, ladies and gentlemen. One of the things we know about Mr. McLaughlin is he is the best mortgage man in the business. Knows Mishta like the back of his hand, probably the front of his hand too. But he also is a master chef at home. So we try to guess what he is making for dinner. Chris Bergeron's already started guessing. She says meatloaf. Let's see if we can guess this thing today, guys. Meatloaf from Chris Bergeron. What do we got?
It was it's one of the ones where you just you take the protein and you add the package from the store goods. So that's your hint.
All right. So Michael, here's what we got. We got meatloaf from Chris Bergeron. Is she correct?
No, not chili, okay. Not hot dogs.
Not chili either. Not hot dogs, guys. What is Mike McLaughlin, the master chef and mortgage man, what's he creating for dinner today? Let's see if you can figure it out. So far, I've got meatloaf, chili, and hot dogs. What do we got, guys? Talk to me. Steve Kreitz says tacos. Is it tacos?
No. Here, I'll show you.
2 tacos, we say. Kathy and Steve both say tacos. God dang it. Taco Tuesday, not Taco Wednesday.
Here, I'll share. If I can get this to close, I'll share my screen here.
Okay.
And then I'll show you. All right, here we go.
What do you got? Patney says chicken.
Here it comes, guys.
We got 10 seconds. One more guess apiece. One more guess, ladies and gentlemen. One more guess. What is Master Mishta Man and Master Chef Mike McLaughlin making for dinner today? Got meatloaf. We got chili. We got hot dogs. We got tacos. We got chicken. What do you think? You got 10 more seconds to guess. 10 more seconds. Shrimp scampi on Sunday. Well, it's only Wednesday, so I don't know if that's going to make it happen today.
That sounds good. A cholesterol bomb on Sunday.
Yep. Julie Long is in the house. Holy smokes. If you guys don't know, Julie Long is my sister. She's a hard-working woman, so sometimes she doesn't make it on, but we're glad to see her tonight. So good to see you, sister. I love you. All right, we're going to 5. Michael, ready? 4, 3, 2, 1. Bam!
Hamburger.
Hamburger helper. I had all that build-up, Michael, and you threw the hamburger.
I hear you laughing at it. Have you ever had the cheesy Italian shells hamburger helper?
I have not. You going to make it for me someday or what?
You don't know what you're missing. That stuff is top-notch.
So, Michael, let's do this. Let's go to the hot topic right now. We're gonna try to make this interesting and easy, okay? Because we know rates are through the roof, Michael. So tell me about what we're calling the 2-to-1 buy down.
Yeah, the 2-1 buy down is getting a lot of press recently because what it does is it offers buyers the ability to take a reduced, with interest rates being so higher that we're moving higher, it gives the opportunity for a buyer getting new financing for the purchase of a home to take an interest rate that's up to 2% lower than what the current market is for the first year, and then a 1% lower for the second year, hence the 2-1 buy down. The third year, the rate returns to whatever the market rate is today at the time that you obtain the financing.
Right.
The trick is it has to, so that's going to give you a lot more affordability, with the thought being that a lot of the pundits believe that next year rates are going to be sub 5 again, less than 5%, after we clear through all of this inflation adjustments, that rates are going to settle back down and go back below 5. And they're considering it to be a tremendous refinance market next year. So what happens is there's two ways that you can get a lower interest rate than what the market is. Well, technically three ways. You can go with an adjustable rate mortgage that's going to give you a period of time at a lower than market interest rate, followed by an adjustment to the greater interest rates.
Yep.
Which will probably see some of the same activity on that in the short term, because of the prospects that it's going to be a refinance market. Will make ARMs attractive. It will also make the 2-1 buy down attractive, because how that allows you to have the more affordability now. You're still going to have to qualify on the higher payment, but it gives you the ability to have payment now as you're progressing into your new home. It has to be paid for by the seller, and the way it's done, which the market is ready for this kind of product right now, because the values are still strong, but yet maybe there's not as many buyers out there, so the buyers can be more aggressive, and they can ask the seller, "Hey, Mr. Seller, give me I'm buying a $200,000 house. Give me $4,000 so I can buy down my rate," and that's part of the negotiations. Yeah. So it's a good position in the market for a product like this, and that's the gist of how it works. But here's the kind of cool caveat. So the seller pays $4,000 to get you a lower interest rate, gives you the concession to get you a lower interest rate, and then a year from now the interest rates have dropped, like we said, so you're ready to refinance. Well, the money, that $4,000, is kept in an account and applied towards that reduced mortgage payment monthly. So if you refinance in a year or 8 months, there actually will be money that comes back to you from those funds, and it will be refunded to you if that whole 2 years is not utilized with those funds, which is just amazing.
So, Mike, help me kind of cap this so people can make sense of it. So what you're doing, you're getting the seller, what's called a seller concession, meaning the seller says, "Okay, I'll give you some money back. I'll give you a certain amount of money." Okay, like it's 2% on 200,000. That's $4,000, right? And you're hedging, you're betting on the fact that mortgage rates are going to go down next year, and you refinance it.
Well, you're betting on that, or because of where you are with your financial situation, it makes more sense to you to try to have a lower payment now. Well, maybe you're progressing in your career and you're expecting raises throughout, or you're going to pay off a car within a certain period of time. So it can help you with the affordability question of, if I needed the payment to be $100 or $200 lower, this is a way that you can facilitate that with the hopes of options down the road. Number one, will you be able to refinance? Perhaps. Will your income increase, making that increase in the payment less substantial? Yeah, those are the two kind of things that can play out for you regarding the 2-1 buyout.
All right, so 2-1 buyout, guys. You heard it here from Mike McLaughlin, the legend of lending. The legend of lending. Michael, what else you got for the Wolverines? How are they going to look this weekend?
Yeah, I mean, taking on an Iowa team, I think it should be a good challenge for them. I saw we were 10.5-point favorites. I mean, I guess that feels about right. We were 17, I think, last week against Maryland, and we, just before they scored that last touchdown, we were up 15. So yeah, it shows you that Vegas really knows what they're doing when they figure out what these point spreads are. So I'm looking for us to win for somewhere between 8 and 12 points.
Michael, listen, I'll tell you what, buddy, 2-1 buyout. That's our new thing. All right. And let's go blue.
Buyout. You got it.
Let's go blue, sir.
Let's go blue.
All right, bud. See ya.
All right, guys. Have a good night.
God dang, Mike McLaughlin is the best, ladies and gentlemen. He definitely is. You're not going to hear that stuff from most folks. So he definitely gives you the secret. So let me break it down again. It's a concession. You're asking the seller for concessions. And I've seen seller concessions in the last couple of 3 or 4 deals I've had lately. So they're out there. So it's basically hedging against being able to refinance a year or two from now. So that's a good thing. Okay. Now, Curious Realtor, I need you in the chat for me. You need to blow in the chat up for me. Who has thought about a condo in Florida? We're going to take it to the extreme, the dream world now. Okay. Who has thought about a condo in Florida? If you haven't heard, I was in Florida a couple weeks ago. I don't like the heat that much, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. It was beautiful, but I'm glad I'm back in wonderful Michigan this fall weather. Okay. And a little bit of football. So tell me in the chat, who has thought about a condo in Florida? Who has thought about, not tonight. Uh-oh. Never. Chris Bergeron says no condo in Florida. Chris Wojcicki says no. Dawn says no. Holy smokes. I had one until today. Well, Kat, hopefully I'm glad you closed. Hopefully it's a little bit of weight off your shoulders, okay? Julie Long says only on vacation. Ay. Steve Kreitz says, hell no, ladies and gentlemen. Hell no, he says. So the question again remains, have you thought about a condo in Florida? Have you thought about that? Has it been a pop-up dream of yours at all? Yes, but these events make me skeptical. Yeah, absolutely, guys. I was lucky enough. Yeah, that's true, Kat. That's true. In the eye of the storm. I was lucky enough to be down there when it was not crazy like this. So I have some family members down there that hopefully are staying safe. And just I had a former client that's down there too. She was like, I just set up this trip, and I'm supposed to be here next Saturday, and this hurricane stuff is coming through. So definitely a hard thing. Definitely a hard thing, guys. Definitely a hard thing. All right. So let's get to the deep dive. The reason you're all here to find the good information. And guys, I was digging like crazy. And I got to tell you, I put a caveat to the front of this. I, in my younger years, my family, even some of these people that are on the show watching today, told me you should get a condo, you should get a condo, you should get a condo for all these different reasons. And I pushed against it. Okay. I pushed against it like crazy. But there are some folks who a condo would be a good thing for. There are some folks who a condo would be a good thing for. All right. So they definitely would be a good thing for some folks. All right. So I'm going to give you, I know you still think I should, I know you still think I should, Jules. I know. Okay. I'm going to give you 5 different people that the condo would be a good idea for. All right. And let's start with number 1, where we always should start. Condo person number 1. I don't want to cut the grass. If I don't want to cut the grass, I don't want to keep the yard up. Okay. Then you want a condo. You want somebody to come and cut the grass for you, okay? You don't want the upkeep. You don't want to rake the leaves. You don't want to do any of that outside stuff. Now, I know folks that love that stuff, okay? I know folks that love it. Here they go. All my people are all over it. You're never home. So I don't want to cut the grass. If that ever pops in your head, or I don't want to rake the leaves, or I don't want to shovel the snow, then hire a lawn crew, less than the association fees. Yeah, Sammy, I tell you what, but some people love that. They love just having the condo for it. They just definitely do. And we'll get to that part. Can't give up my garden, Kathy says. Can't give up my garden. Okay, fair enough. That's condo person number 1 that it might make sense for. Again, I'm talking about might make sense. I'm not saying has to. I'm just saying it might make sense, right? Condo person number 2, I don't feel safe. If you're in a condo community, especially a 55 and over kind of condo community, you feel a little safer, okay? You're giving up privacy a little bit, but you feel safer because you're a lot of people close by, and you're never walking into the house where no one's anywhere near you. That a girl, Chris Wojcicki. Condos have gardens. I gotcha. But yeah, again, I don't feel safe. If you're that person, you need some safety, especially young single folks that want something like that. If you don't feel safe in a condo because they're so close to each other, that might be your bag. Again, as I'm rattling these off, give me all kinds of comments in the chat. Tell me what you think. I have a gun. Oh, Steve, I have a gun. We'll travel, huh? So that's person number 2. Condo person number 3. I want to meet more people. I tell you what, I see this in the older crowd a lot. And I see this from people going to almost like retirement community condos. I do. I really do. I see it a lot, and I see it in their kids. Well, so and so needs to get out socially more. So and so needs to have events or things like that to do. Right? I see that a lot. I want to meet more people. I want to meet more people. So I see that a lot. So that's how that goes. That's how that goes. So I want to meet more people. Most condo places have banquet facilities, or they have clubhouse facilities or something like that. So that's how that goes. All right. So that's third person number 3. Number 4, and this is sometimes true and sometimes not true. Usually you're paying less property taxes on a condo, usually. Not always, but usually. Okay. So you may be paying less property taxes. Again, somebody's gonna come out and go, HOAs, I get it, but you're paying for services, right? You're paying for services there. So just strictly on a taxable tax basis, usually on condos, you're paying less taxes. Usually, not always. Okay, not always. Okay. So that's person number 4 that a condo might make sense for. A condo might make sense for. No house insurance. There you go. Well, yeah, to a point, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I would insure my contents. Maybe I'd definitely insure my contents, right? And the last one, the one that my good friend Miss Janelle Lessinger loves. I want amenities. I want a pool. I want a track or some tennis courts or a clubhouse, or I want the amenities. Okay, I want a business center. I want a barbecue area, something like that, and I don't want to pay ridiculous amounts of money for it, because you guys know I've already been through the pool saga. You know what the pool saga is all about, right? But they have a pool for folks that are in the condo association, that kind of stuff. Now, again, I'm not a raving fan for condos. I'm just telling you the people that condos might work for. So 4 out of the 5 of those apply to my favorite rule. Oh my goodness. Julie Long is right on me. Julie Long is right on me. Absolutely. So to go through them quick, if you say, I don't want to cut the grass or rake the leaves, you're a condo person probably. Number 2, if you don't feel safe because you're too far apart from people, you're a condo person probably. If you want to meet more people socially, or have more activities, maybe in the 55 and over community, you're a condo person probably. If you want something that might be a little cheaper as far as taxes and insurance, you're a condo person probably. And if you want more amenities, you are a condo person probably. So that is our deep dive for today. 5 times when a condo might make sense. 5 times when a condo might make sense. All right. So our next segment, a new part of the show for the last few months, but something that people seem to love, this or that, this or that. I give you 2 options. You pick one or the other. Which one fits you better? Which one you think is better? Okay, one versus the other one. It can be all kinds of different things. So let's try it out. This or that, number 1. Are you going condo or house? Condo or house? Put the answer in the chat, please. Put the answer in the chat, please. Put the answer in the chat, please. Dawn says house. Julie says house. What do you got? This or that? This or that? Holy smokes. All kinds of house people here. We got Kathy says house. Sam says house. Chris Bergeron says house. Facebook user says house. Frank Velarde. There he is. Always bucking it. Always bucking the tire. There he is. Okay. Steve Kress says house on a lake, but only if the lake is William Street, buddy. Only if the lake is William Street. Chris Wojcicki, a condo at this stage in life? Right. Pat Nee says house. She is the good neighbor. So house wins this segment. House on the lake. There, that a boy. Oh, Frank, I'm just teasing you. Just teasing you. All right. So that's number 1 for this or that. Number 2, bills or HOAs. Bills or HOAs. When I say bills, things like lawn service bills, fall cleanup bills, snow removal bills. Okay. Bills or HOAs? Which one would you rather have? In the chat, please. Bills or HOAs? Dawn says bills. Sometimes William Street is a lake. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Steve says bills. Chris says bills. Sam says bills. Low HOA. That a girl. That a girl. Stick to your guns on this one. Don't get chased out by everybody else. Pat Nee says bills. Retire with HOA. Very nice. We do our own yard maintenance, so neither. Yes, Ben Long, I hear, as a yard maintenance wild man. I hear that. I hear that. All right, so last one. Last this or that. This one's tougher. Condo in Florida versus house up north. Which would you like? Condo in Florida or house up north? What do you think? Atta girl, Pat, stick to your guns. Stick to your guns. Not paying for something I could do myself, she says. That's why she's the good neighbor. Condo in Florida or house up north? Got to pick one, Dawn. Lesser of two evils. Pick one, pick one, pick one. You got to pick one. House up north, says Kathy. Chris Bergeron says house up north. Chris Wojcicki, house up north. House up north on Traverse City. Oh, really fancy. You going to drink with your pinky up like this too? Good Lord. Can't stand the weather either, Dawn says. House up north, Sam Coleman says. House up north, up north. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. So that is the end of this or that, this or that, this or that. Now, the point that all of you have been waiting for, the moment you've all been waiting for, ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only segment that you love the most, what realtors see. So if you haven't played this game before with us, it's really simple. I post a picture. I try to make it as big as I can because sometimes the screens are small. But you probably should watch this on your big screen sometime and try it out because I had somebody do that the other day and they said it was awesome. It was like watching a movie. So that's a good thing. So I'm going to post a picture. Your job is to caption that picture as if it were a real estate photo. Okay, the best one could win millions of dollars on a scratch-off ticket. Could win millions of dollars on a scratch-off ticket. Here we go. Contestant number one. Contestant number one. Let's see if we can't get it up here for you. Contestant number one. There it is. Let's see if I can't make it bigger. Hang on, guys. I'm working on making it bigger for you. Hang on. Come on. I apologize. It's a little small, but what realtors see? Couch in. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. So that's the first one for what realtors see. Moving on up. Moo tire. I did not see this one personally. This one was sent to me. I would never share beef in this kitchen. Never serve beef in this kitchen. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. You get about 30 seconds. Moving into greener pastures. Oh, yeah. You got about 10 seconds, ladies and gentlemen. You could be the winner of millions of dollars on a scratch-off ticket for what realtors see. Caption that picture. Caption that picture if you would, please. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the first What Realtors See, Cat Milk, not a vegan. Couchin. Going with Couchin. Little play on words. Cow and chin. Couchin. Dawn, you are the first winner of What Realtors See. Let's go with number two. Number two. Hang on. Let's see. Let's do this a little better this time. See if I can't make it a little bigger. All right. So this should be better. This should be better. This one goes a little bit with our Halloweeny kind of theme here. Halloweeny kind of theme right there. Take a look. What realtor see number 2? The rules are you need to put the best caption you can for the picture that you see. You're captioning the picture as if it was a real estate photo. You could win millions of dollars on a scratch-off ticket courtesy of the Bergeron team and Talking Real Estate. What do you think, ladies and gentlemen? What do you think? Hocus Pocus bed. That's pretty good. That's a fun one. Jack Skeleton's bedroom. That's funny. The Addams family room. What do you got, ladies and gentlemen? What do you got? Caption the picture, the best thing that you can. Caption the picture with the best thing that you possibly can. Got about 30 seconds, folks. 30 seconds. About 30 seconds. What realtor see? What realtor see? Nightmare on My Street. Oh, Chris Wojcinski, usually you're spot on. I don't know what's going on with you today. Got 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the winner is Nightmare on My Street. Was actually a Will Smith Fresh Prince of the Fresh Prince was actually a song of his too. Nightmare on My Street. Very nice, very nice. Last one, ladies and gentlemen, last one. Got one more for you. Hang on. Let me find it. This one is brought to you from Mel, my good friend Melissa Leventis. This one right here. Again, you're captioning it as if it was a real estate photo. Captioning it as if it was a real estate photo. What realtor see? Number 3, number 3, number 3, number 3. What realtor see? Caption that photo. Caption that photo. Mood ring. That's good. What do you think? You got 1 minute, guys. 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. You've got 1 minute. Can't you just dive into this toilet? Mood toilet. You can tell how you feel. Stay away from the a beautiful. This looks like, oh, ouch. Psychedelic potty. Like watching the Weather Channel. That's pretty good. Like watching the Weather Channel. That's pretty good. That's funny stuff. There's my lake. Very good. Oh, yeah. Got 10 seconds, guys. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the winner is a beautiful orbital. Frank Velarde, a beautiful orbital. All right. So that is the last of What Realtors See. Guys, if you enjoyed the show, please share it with other folks and help us get more folks to watch. But before you take off, head over to the Talking Real Estate, the Facebook group. We always have an after show where I kind of give some insight that I don't give here on the show publicly. That's got to be part of the group. So we have about 500 or 600 members in it. It definitely is a big, large group with all kinds of crazy stuff and content that we put out on there. So definitely take a look and become part of that group. Okay, the group is Talking Real Estate Facebook group, and it's somewhere you should head to join. I will be there in about 1 minute. I'll give you a little insight into into some things about condos for me, and things about condos for me. So I am Scott Bergeron, and I am always talking real estate. See ya.